Just complete more than half.
More than half works. More than half does work. More than half does work. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again with my guy, my good friend Kev, the Dolphin. Let me get you back in there. If you guys haven't noticed that my friend Kevin has he's spruced up today, man. He knew that we're going live today, so he got himself a little cleaned up. Tell us about the
I got a haircut, yeah. It was planned. Yeah.
Tell us about the tell us about the haircut today, sir.
I went in and he cut my hair.
And that's that.
Yeah.
Did you get the hot towel treatment?
Yeah.
Does he provide that actually?
Yeah, and he was always like, check your eyebrows. I don't know what that means. I don't know what happens if I say yes. One day I want to just say yes just to see what happens.
Check your eyebrows.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
Do you have you done the mask treatment yet? The black mask treatment when they take the
No.
You haven't done that yet?
No.
It's supposed to take all clean your pores. So it takes all the whiteheads or whatever. You should try it next time.
I just use soap.
Soap does the trick, but this is a more fancy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's a late night session. Apologize, you know what I mean? But what are you guys doing on Friday night? If you are tuning in with your boy and Kev, welcome. We're gonna start it off slow. There's few viewers in today, but I expected that with this late live. But it's gonna be turned up today because Kev tells me he's feeling. What was the word you used?
Feisty.
He's feeling feisty.
Yeah, I'm listening to too much Joe Marino.
Give me a heads up and a thumbs up if you guys can hear us properly. I hope you guys can. We got the mic in.
We should put this a little closer.
There we go. So I hope you guys can hear us. My man Sam Mazza,
yeah,
I appreciate that.
Too.
I like
well
that,
played.
Sam. Shout out to my man Sam. Sam just said, "Yo, if you guys are in this room, hit that like button right this second so we can get this party started." You know what I said I would do, and I'm gonna do it right now. Is I'm gonna go live simultaneously on YouTube and Instagram, so that way we can.
How are you gonna point the phone camera?
How are we gonna point, boy?
I'm just gonna.
Kev, take over right now while I try to set this up. Talk to the people, man. Let them know what's going on with your life and the Dolphins fans. What are they saying?
Well, I'll go with a personal story. So I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I have a friend. We won't mention any names. He's posting videos of himself playing 2-on-2 basketball at like some local Y, and he's dissecting his own highlight reel. It was, oh my God. He's like breaks it down. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen this, you got to see it. Rico's like Dick Vitelling his own play. He takes like a family friend for an uncontested layup, and he's like trash talking. Oh my God.
Listen, you play basketball against me, man. That first step, you let me get by you, it's over. I'm taking it to the rack.
Oh man,
to the rack I go.
They'll think you're moving houses, guy. He's sending you a packet. I would have sent that weak sauce out into the 6th row.
Weak sauce. Here we go. We're gonna set it up like this.
Like you jumped, and I don't know if you got up.
This is perfect. Does that distract you, by the way? By doing it like that?
I'm okay.
You're okay with that? So we're about to we're gonna go live on Instagram and YouTube simultaneously.
So be able to hear us.
They're gonna be here. They're gonna be hearing us just fine. So for my YouTube viewers, hang tight while I kind of introduce the live viewers on Instagram so they know what's going on. So Instagram viewers, it's your boy back at it again. We are live right now on Instagram and on YouTube. So, you know what I mean? I got to show love to YouTube too, and I got to show love to Instagram because a lot of times I don't go on Instagram, and I should. So double the dose. Are you good with that, Kev?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, man. Let's get right into it, man. I'm just quit talking all this shit. So check this out. My man Pierre posted a video today of Good Morning Football. Good Morning America. Good Morning Football.
Good Morning Football.
Good Morning Football with Nate, Pete, Kay, and Kyle Brandt. And I think is one of the best football shows on TV, if not the best. Would you agree?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it a lot. That's a good group of people together. And one of the topics, I don't know if it was today, yesterday, or whatnot. By the way, shout out to my guy, the ref, with a donation. I forgot to go and get my bell because I'm gonna start ringing bells when
like the Salvation Army.
Yeah, I'm gonna start ringing bells when people start giving donations up. With the addition of Oliver Hughes to 10+ sacks. What do you think? My man here is
Jerry Hughes.
Jerry Hughes 10+ sacks. Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
Why would we say he would get that?
Why not?
The last time he had 10 sacks, if you had a child born, he would now be going to school. You needed 3 all pros beside him just to get to the 10 sacks.
I hear that.
This isn't like he was a 14, 15 sack a year guy that's had a few down years. He's had a poor half decade.
Like, listen, stop hating on my guy.
I'm not hating on him.
By the way,
he's a good player. He's a good player.
Shout out to my viewership.
Get more
the viewership on YouTube. We're at 28 viewers right now. We got 30 viewers on Instagram. I know it's late, but we're doing it. Shout out to my guy Akeem Richens, aka Podcast Pappy. Sounds a little soft when I say it like that, but I mean, it is what it is. Shout out to my guy Scott. What is that? Van Lieu? Woo! Scott Van Lieu with where's my bell? I need to ring my bell right now with a big donation.
Oh,
Rico, keep doing what you're doing. I love your show. Support everything you're doing. Bills Fanatics for life. That's respect. Yo, let's get to the shits right now. Okay? Let's get to the shits. Good Morning Football. They were talking about the Bills and the attention the Bills get or do not get. And the premise of the conversation was this. Kay started off with, I'm feeling the Bills right now. The Bills made some moves. They added some people. They lost some people, but they're looking better than they're looking worse. And I'm falling in love with them. I think they could do big things. The Nate Hackett. Is that right? I said Nate Hackett. I'm talking about
the old offensive coordinator.
Nate Hackett. What's my guy's name? Nate Burleson. Golly. Nate Burleson was like, he quickly shut it down and hit it on the damn nail. And I'm in agreement with it. Right. And he says, ain't nobody sleeping on the Bills. It's not that we're sleeping on the Bills. It's just that Bills get people excited. They get you guys all riled up. And then right when you think that they're doing big things, they let you down. And they've been doing that since 1995. Do you guys know where you were at in 1995? Do you know where you were in 1995?
No, man.
Do you know what you were doing? What was in? What was in at 1995? Pogs? Do you guys remember Pogs? Was Pogs in at 1995? I think that's what it was. I mean, that's the last time the Bills were relevant, making playoffs and making moves. We haven't done diddly squat since. So I'm in agreement with Nate Burleson. Now, there are Bills fans that say, wait a second, pump your brakes. We deserve the shine that we're getting because we've made the playoffs in the last 3 years. We've added a few solid pieces. We've added good coaching staff. We deserve the love we get because we've been shitting on for so long. No, we don't, because we haven't done diddly squat. We made it to the playoffs, not by our own merits, but we squeaked in. Excuse me. We backed in. Is that the best way to say it? We fell backwards into the playoffs.
It's what they say because you relied on someone else to win to get you in. But I mean, had the time of the game's been reversed, would you have said the same thing?
Maybe. The point is, did we really deserve to make the playoffs? Did we really earn it? If we're keeping it 100%, no, we got lucky. We made the playoffs. But guess what? We made it in. It doesn't matter how you make it, but you make it in. Now, do we deserve the love we're getting from the media? That is the question right now, because a lot of people feel that we do. We've taken enough L's, and now we're respectfully getting to where we need to be, a respected team. But I don't think we're there yet. What say you, Kevin? And please, Kevin, do not hold back, because there are a lot of Bills fans that feel like it's damn time that we get the love that we get. What say you on that?
Are you saying that they're getting too much or they're not getting enough?
Me personally?
Well, yeah. What is
Bills fans feel that they're getting just due. They're getting the love that they deserve, we should be.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to play the devil's advocate. You know what? I'm going to put the
I thought they're saying the Bills fans are complaining because they're not getting enough recognition nationally as they think they should, which is the basis of the argument on Good Morning Football.
Okay.
They're saying that Bills fans are upset that they should be referenced more or talked more. And I believe the example was that the Jets, with a worse record last year, are getting more national attention from the media, and they think that they should be getting their just share of attention, right?
Should the Jets be getting more love than us, or are we the team that should be getting more love?
The Jets are getting more attention because they signed a couple of all big names, all pros, that are more recognizable to the common fan.
Okay.
I'm not saying they deserve it. I'm saying this is why. The Jets are getting more recognition because it's New York, it's a huge market, so anything that goes on.
So Le'Veon Bell is the difference maker?
Do I think so, or is that why?
Do you think so?
I don't think he's going to be the difference maker on this Jets team. I don't see the Jets making the playoffs. I'm just saying that he's a household name. CJ Mosley's a household name.
Okay.
And these are the guys that they've added, whereas the Bills have added a lot of sensible, like smaller names, smaller contracts, that sort of thing. They added more quantity instead of, say, quality.
Okay.
They insert not inserting any superstars.
So, and I'm reading some of the questions here. So I'm going to go to my Instagram followers and find out what's really good. So honestly, we'll go 9-7 and just miss the playoffs. That's the premise that a lot of Bills fans feel, that we are going to give a valiant effort, but just fall shy of making the playoffs. But isn't that what we normally do? Give a little bit of effort, or
this would be different. Okay, so this would be different because if you guys went 9-7 and just missed the playoffs, it doesn't matter in the overall scheme of things. You're not going to win a title this year. Did Josh Allen?
Hold on a second. I'm not going to win a title this year.
I don't think you're going to win the title this year.
Did anybody think the Raptors were going to win a title this year?
The Raptors were like one of the top seeds in the East last year, though.
But did they think they were going to win the title? Nobody had the Raptors winning the title.
So do you think the Bills are winning the Super Bowl this year? Like, are you putting money on this?
I'm not putting any money on it. I'm just saying you can't sleep on the Bills.
You're jumping around on me here.
Am I?
You got to pick an argument here, man. Because I'm saying that.
I just hate when people say it's not going to happen. I hate when people say, no, it's not going to happen.
What I'm getting at is that you could go 9-7 and it could still be a successful season, because if Josh Allen takes steps forward, if Foster takes a step forward, if Dawson Knox scores his first touchdown since he was 14 years old, if, McCoy has a bounce back year, if Cody Ford turns out to be the answer somewhere along the offensive line, you're building a building block for future foundation. Keep in mind, this is a second-year quarterback who was very raw last year, had ups and downs all season long.
And that's fair. And my guy Scott Van Liu says, Rico, I got to ask you a question. With all the positions we filled on defense, who do you think? Sorry, on offense on the squad. I can't even read right now. Rico, I got a question. With all the positions you filled on defense, offense, you think the squad is 10-6 or higher, or do you think we can make the playoffs? What are your thoughts? Personally, I think this is a 10-win, 11-win team. I personally think it's a 10-win, 11-win team. The schedule seems favorable, but I never fall straight on we should win this game, we should win that game. Any game is winnable in this league, in this game. But I feel that we are a 10 to 11-win team. Anything short of that, to me, is a disappointment. I don't care if Josh Allen has a memorable season, but we fall 8-8 to 9-7. That was a disaster of a season.
You didn't fall. You would have improved. You were 6-10 last year.
That's fine, but we were 9-7 the year before.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So I to me, we had a rookie last year, so I expected not to have a great year. Yeah. But with the improvements that we've made on offense and defense, we are a 10 to 11-win team. I don't see us winning 6. 6 is nothing. We can win that in the first 8 games, in my personal opinion.
You should be 3-0 after your first 3 games. I was looking at the schedule. It's three cakewalks. So you got the Bengals, you got I forget who,
the Jets,
and
Giants,
and the Giants. Should be 3-0. Should be 3-0.
And we could, and that's the thing. That's why I feel that I really strongly feel that we can.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that if you don't, I don't see you winning 11 games. I see you as a 9-7 type team.
9-7.
If you don't win though, so if you finish 9-7 and Josh Allen proves to completes more than half of his passes, has actually less turnovers and improves in leaps and bounds and looks like a franchise quarterback, are you going to be sad about the season?
Yes,
I think maybe you're building your hopes up too.
I'm not building my hopes up. It's just that listen, when you have a team that has been down for so damn long,
I'm a Dolphins fan. Well, I've been mediocre for 25 years.
So you're gonna understand where I come from. When you're down for so long, enough of the excuse making or accepting that we're going to go 8-8, 9-7. None of that crap. I'm done with that shit.
I know, but you have to have the team to be done with
I think we do.
All right.
That's the thing. I think that's the thing. I think we have the team. Yeah. And that's why I feel that 9 wins or below is a disappointing season. And not only that, we have the coaches in place. We have some veteran coaches that have been on teams that have had success.
Your face is out of the Instagram.
That have had success. You feel me? So I feel that this is one of those situations where, we fall short of that. Disappointment. Let me read some questions on Instagram. Somebody got a question for the Dolphin fan. What do we got? Dolphins logo is trash, and Alonzo is a chump. Come on, man. If we're gonna talk, man, let's talk some real shit.
Well,
let's ask some real questions.
Well, I'll answer that.
You want to answer that? Go ahead.
Well, Alonzo's the third best linebacker on the team. He's not our best linebacker.
Get him, Kev.
He's like our third best linebacker. The best linebacker we had last year was Jerome Baker, was a rookie. And then Raekwon McMillan, after he started slow last year because he came back from a knee injury. Over the last 12 games, he was like the fourth highest rated run stuffing linebacker.
Hold on, stop that for a second. Bills Mafia 78. If I could slap my hand into this phone and give you a virtual slap, I would. You see this clown? What he said? Oh, and F Canada too, boy. You got the attention you wanted. You got it now. You feel good now? You feel good? Now I should block you ass right now. Anyway, but I'm not going to because you know what I mean. You're here to view, so let's continue. I apologize, good sir.
Oh, he's still trashing you.
Yeah, he's okay. He can trash me all you want.
But he's been to Buffalo once and runs this page.
Listen, man.
It's Friday night.
Our OC was shit last year with the run pass. Is that going to be a concern this offseason? Oh, this season. That's a great question. Personally, I've been a very harsh critic of our offensive coordinator. I have been. I haven't seen anything that tells me he's anything but mediocre at best. He's never had any offense that he's run that's been to at least half, at least one of the better. Or what am I trying to say here? Middle pack of the league. He's never been. He's always been near the bottom, always. But we went ahead and said, we need you. Come play. Don't come coach our guys. We didn't have a good offense last year, by the way. Shout out to the wifey. Wifey's making an appearance, and look what she's got in her hand. Anyway,
you didn't make it into the Instagram phone.
That's okay.
What's that?
Oh yeah, people on Instagram don't see it. Now you see it. There she is. There's the wifey. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is this: at the end of the day, what it comes down to is you got the groceries.
Thank you.
You got everything you need.
Yeah, I'm good.
Coach, you know what I mean? Dable, you got you. This is your chance. You need to prove it because if you don't, you know who is gonna take over for you as, and you heard it here. It's not news, but I'm just saying. You know who I'm talking about, Kev.
It's Pinot Grigio.
Are we talking about the wine right now? Girl, we're not on that. So let me go to my YouTube viewership. Let me see. John Roberts says Dable is a very smart. He does well. He's simplified the game, and they improved all midway through the season. They did. They improved all midway through the season. But do you know why they improved? I'm not gonna say it was simply just Dable because the first 7 weeks it was Dable and David Culley. Right, and then we brought in veteran quarterbacks. We brought in. Man, I'm going there. I am going there. It's the facts.
Old, washed-up bum like Derek Anderson is personally responsible for your offense.
Not all of it. Not all of it.
Is Derek Anderson putting in the new schemes that you're running? Did Derek Anderson responsible for the Bills leading the league in the most formations run? Is Derek Anderson have anything to do with in taking out your old trash wide receivers and inserting smaller, faster ones?
Okay.
He didn't make any of those adjustments.
Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the first 7 weeks, where the hell was all that? All that bullshit you just spewed? Where was all that? Nowhere. Trash in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, no, but you have to play the games with the guy to see. When you have
of a sudden, week 7.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
When you have a guy like Allen, who is not very accurate, right? They thought what we're going to do to help you is we're going to give him some big body guys who can get some contested catches.
Oh, you're going that route.
Sort of thing.
You're going that route.
It proved, well, not proved, but it wasn't working. So they said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to scrap this, and instead we're going to go to smaller, quicker guys with speed that can get separation.
Okay, stop right there. Week 7 and on, that is when Derek Anderson came in. Now,
so
granted,
Derek Anderson made those personnel changes?
Hold on a second. It did help that Allen was on the sideline recovering from his injury. So he had no choice but to be in the locker room, be in the classroom with the veteran quarterback. Maybe Culley.
What does that have to do with the
I'm going to tell you. The formations. You brought the formations up.
I know. I wasn't bringing my point.
So because the formations changed all of a sudden from week 7 on?
Yes,
because we brought in smaller receivers? Boy, don't give me that nonsense.
They led the league in the most personnel groupings run.
Great. That's fantastic. What did it do the first 7 weeks? Nothing. We were historically trending towards being the worst offense.
So your argument is that a coordinator who can mid-season tell something's going wrong, scrap the players he's got, bring in all new players, and adjust on the fly, and have a success, that's
But-
your example of why he's
but-
not good?
So you're telling me week 7 was when it all changed, and Dable all of a sudden was like, you know what, we're gonna start changing things up, and now this offense is gonna be better. So you're giving no credit to Derek Anderson and Barkley that came in.
Everything that I'm talking about has nothing to do with
It has
Derek
everything
Anderson.
to do with it.
Derek,
what are you saying?
Once again, I'll go again. They changed personnel. Nothing to do with Derek Anderson.
Oh, okay, so it's
They
all the
changed
personnel.
offensive schemes. Do you not agree that the change of receivers and the insertion of Foster into the lineup had a lot to do with the life? It's not all Josh Allen. The fact that they brought in guys like Foster, who came out of nowhere and blew up at the end of the season.
Isaiah McKenzie was there too.
Exactly, McKenzie. The fact that they took they transitioned from a big possession type red zone guys that weren't working, said, you know what, that's on me. It's not working. Scrapped it and went with a faster, more a group of receivers designed to get separation. None of that has anything to do with Derek Anderson.
Listen, we're not gonna fight. We're not beefing. This is how we talk. And I respect everything Kevin's saying, but he's dismissing the addition of Derek Anderson. He's dismissing it, and I feel that's disrespectful to Derek Anderson. Because if not for Derek Anderson and bringing in the veteran quarterbacks to mentor the young quarterback, listen, we had no veteran quarterbacks to mentor Allen for the first 8 weeks.
You're arguing
no.
things.
I'm not arguing two different things. I'm not. What I said to you was Derek Anderson's addition to the team is what made the offense progress and get better.
No.
I'm giving little, I guess, props to Dable.
No.
Maybe I should give him a tiny bit more, but I'm giving a lot.
Here's where you're getting incorrect. Okay.
By the way, hold on a second. Sam Mazza. Bing, 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 bing. We got a new member to our YouTube team. I don't have my bell. Sam Mazza. I'm not letting that slide, man. Welcome to the squad.
Look at that. You got a donation from
Fins Up. Shake Money. Fins Up. He's giving you respect, by the way. I like that. So respect. Okay. Is anybody understanding where I'm coming from? No, and does everybody understand where Kevin's coming from?
Because you're arguing about something different. What you're arguing about is not making any sense.
How is it not?
Listen, if you want to say that Derek Anderson contributed to Allen's development, okay. But it has nothing to do with the offensive scheme and play calling and personnel.
Okay.
Those are two different arguments. No, don't time out. I'm not done yet. One is offensive scheme and personnel.
Sure.
Your argument is about Derek Anderson having a positive effect on Josh Allen. I completely agree with that. I'm sure it did. I'm sure having a veteran quarterback who can help him with meetings and how to read film and all these things, I'm sure that definitely helped Allen's progression. But that has nothing to do with what plays are called and with who is on the field. And those factors contributed more to your offense's improvement than having a veteran third string quarterback.
Okay. What we're arguing, Logan wants to know what we're arguing about.
I don't know.
One of the question was Dable's. Somebody asked about Dable and the influence he had on the offense, and is he going to do well this year? And I said I was never a big fan of Dable because last year he's never been an offensive coordinator that had a potent offense. He just never has been. So last year showed it very clearly for the first 7 weeks. And what I said was what started to make the offense get better was the addition of Derek Anderson. And Derek Anderson mentoring Allen, which Allen then started to progress and get better and then start running the offense the way what Kevin's trying to say is with new scheme with new people coming into like Isaiah McKenzie inserting Foster. That's what makes the offense run because Dable changed up the scheme. What I'm trying to say is this, and I'll give the analogy. This is the best analogy I can give right now. Dable was running with they gave Allen a beater car. Okay, a beater car, and the car was just shit, right? And nobody's driving on the passenger side. So they said, yo, here's a beater, Allen, drive the car. And the car's a piece of shit. So now with Derek Anderson coming in, the driver instructor, now he's got his clipboard. He's sitting on the side, on the passenger side with Allen. And he's like, all right, here's how we're going to do it. But now in this case, they got a little better. They improved the beater car. They put some new tires on there. They probably put some wipers on that bitch. And they probably put a new muffler. I don't know. I'm just saying. With an improved vehicle, with a driver's instructor, it made the offense work better. That's the best analogy I can give right now. It's not you're wrong. It's not that I'm wrong. Like you said, we're kind of on two different, I guess, pages. But at the end of the day, the reason the offense improved was because, in my opinion, Allen's insertion on our team mentoring Allen, DA mentoring Allen, having him see the offense much better, allowed the offense to progress, and we improved. Agree or disagree? Do you still disagree with that?
With your analogy, you're talking about putting wipers on a car. You didn't put wipers on a car. You bought a whole new car. You threw out the car.
I thought we got a new car.
So let me ask you, what would have? So we're not gonna, I guess, see eye to eye. So we might as well move on. But I got one question.
Yeah.
What was in your mind?
By the way, BF says we both have good points.
Yeah, in your mind, what was more of a factor to the Bills' offensive improvement? Was it A, having a career third-string quarterback helping someone look at film, or B, Robert Foster?
We had Robert Foster.
Was he playing?
Hold on a second.
Was he playing? Because Derek Anderson didn't put him on the field.
He got cut.
Did Derek Anderson put him on the field?
No, he did not.
Who put him on the field?
Coach.
Okay. So, again.
Yeah.
There was Robert Foster getting into the offense or having Derek Anderson and his clipboard have more of an impact on game day?
Both.
So they're equal. So if we remove Foster from the roster and we removed Derek Anderson from the roster, it would have an equal effect.
Right now or then?
Right. Yeah, okay, let's go. Whatever.
Right now, if you remove Foster,
yeah,
with the improvement that Allen's made, I think we'd still have a point in offense. I think we would, because
I'm not saying crap. I'm just saying which would affect the offense more negatively.
It's a good question, but I'm still going to say removing Foster, putting Foster, I don't think it makes a damn difference. Honest to goodness. That's just me. Foster is a great addition, don't get me wrong, but he was on our team and did get cut. He did get cut.
Who cares, though?
What do you mean, who cares? That same Foster was on the team early.
But what's your point? So it took him a while to develop. Cameron Wake got cut. So
what about Allen?
What about him? He didn't get cut.
He needed time to develop as well.
Yeah, he did. Exactly.
All right.
But, you know what I mean?
I get you. Listen, we're going to move on to the next topic. Are we good with that?
Someone keeps asking, a bunch of people keep asking what you think of Foster.
What do I think of Foster?
Yeah.
I like Foster. Foster's a baller, man. That boy he's a good little route runner. Boy has speed. I like his size, 6'2", running like a 4.3, 4.3 speed. And he's only gotten better. And Alabama products are, I mean, when you play at Alabama, I mean, you can play.
One day maybe he can hope to be as effective as Derek Anderson on the sideline.
I don't think he's going to be that guy, but I can say this though. If you've been in an offense with your offensive coordinator,
your best chance at a number one type receiver.
Who do you think? What do you think of? I mean, I like Foster, man. I'm not even hating on Foster. I like Foster. Foster is going to be probably the number one. He's probably the number one receiver right now on the squad. He's probably the number one receiver.
He's not. I wouldn't say probably. I'd say he is.
Yeah. As of right now.
Let me rephrase it. Yeah. As a Dolphin fan,
yeah.
If I could take one of your receivers, the only one I would take is Robert Foster.
Wow, you don't respect anybody else?
Well, they're not upgrades. I have a bunch of fast guys on my team too. I need a number one.
Shake Money from YouTube. By the way, I'm going back to the YouTube spot. Shake Money says, will Tyree Jackson make the team? PS Fins up. Yo, you got support today. Fins up? Okay. By the way, Fins fans, we're about to make a video on State of the AFC East, and the Dolphins team is next. I'm just giving you a heads up, and I got this guy to help me out with it. But anyway, Tyree Jackson, will he make the team?
No.
Why?
I don't think he makes the team because I think you're only going to keep two quarterbacks, because I think you're going to need extra roster space for one of your wide receivers, or maybe one of your defensive backs. So I think that most likely they will cut him and try and stash him on the practice squad. I only see them having two guys active on game day anyways.
I'm on board with that. At first I was like, it'd be nice to have three quarterbacks on the roster. You have Allen that's ready to bust out into his second year, and then you have Barkley that's going to be the mentor and that guy that can come in and contribute, and then a young guy that can watch and just see everything. But taking up a roster spot, I agree with you. You can't take a roster spot now. If we can stash him on the practice squad, even better. And then that way we can either add to our receiving squad, add to DBs, add to the O-line. We can go from there. So great question, by the way, the Shake Money. And thank you for that donation, my G. Going to my Instagram. What do we got for Instagram? I got questions here. Let's see what we got here. Bro, people need to stop sucking the Bills. Sucking Sills and Duke off. They haven't even practiced in pads yet. They could be Des Lewis. Ooh, Des Lewis 0.2. I can't do. Don't do that. Don't do that to Duke Williams, man. Don't do that to Sills. Don't do that to these guys. Do you remember who Des Lewis was? No, you probably don't.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay. Des Lewis. I mean, I had high hopes for Des Lewis, but I mean, everybody knows what happened with that. But
Pittsburgh.
I don't know where Des Lewis. I can't remember where he came from. But I want to get to this topic though.
Yeah.
The hype around Dawson Knox. You alluded to a comment earlier on Dawson Knox saying he hasn't scored a touchdown since he was 14. And it's been a while. By the way, shout out to my guy Blue Comet. Good night, Rico and Kev. I appreciate the donation, my G. Good night, Blue Comet. But Dawson Knox, are we overhyping the Dawson Knox train? Because a lot of people are talking about him, and I'm indifferent. I'm not saying bad. I'm not saying good. I just want to understand where we have to place him on this. Should we remain extremely excited to have him, or is there nothing to be excited about? Let's just wait it out and let these guys play out, because we got Sweeney, we got Jason Kroom, and Crawford right now is out of commission. What say you?
Knox is athletic. Knox had really good combine stats. Knox is shown some flashes, but I don't know, man. You can't score a touchdown in college, not one.
I see. I'm bothered by that. How do you not? Please take over.
I'm just saying that to my mind, he's going to need some time to develop. I have a hard time seeing him come in and like playing really well right away, because it's really hard to come in and play tight end and as a rookie tight end, because you have to learn how to basically be kind of a wide receiver and an offensive lineman combined into two.
Absolutely.
So you got to learn run blocking schemes, pass blocking schemes, all the routes. It's very tough. And he's a kind of a raw prospect to begin with. He was obviously drafted on athleticism, not production.
See, and I'm okay. Like I said, I've watched film on him again, and I kind of put on some YouTube stuff just before we started this, and they were just showing me Ole Miss versus everything, and they were just highlighting Knox, and he seems like an average pass blocker. Average.
Hang on, there's some dumbass here. All rookies need to fucking develop. You tired? It's like, yeah,
who is that, Logan?
Yeah,
Grove?
He's probably the same guy that's gonna tell me that Josh Allen is an all-star or something.
Yo, that's a great voice, by the way.
He came in as a rookie, and running backs usually don't require any time to develop. A lot of times, corners can come in and play, especially if they're in a man scheme. Quite often, a safety can transition. In the last few years, there's been quite a few safeties who have dominated as rookies.
Get them.
Wide receivers are showing more penchant to be more productive in their first year. Guys like what's his name from Atlanta there had a really good year there from Alabama.
Julio?
No.
Who you talking about?
The rookie last year.
Oh, he's got another guy on. Yeah. You know, I know who you're talking about.
Anyways, rookie wideouts come in now. So there's quite a few positions that can come in. Offensive linemen can come in and start as rookies and play well, which I'm sure dumbass here is thinking that Cody Ford's going to come in and take a starting spot, which he probably will. So there's quite often that rookies don't really need
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin
Ridley. Thank you.
Yeah, they won't. I'm not saying he's going to hit their ceiling, but there's a difference between being able to come in, win a starting position, and being a really top player. And when you're a guy who's a projection based on athleticism, that's why I'm saying he will take maybe longer than the average rookie to develop, because they drafted him from his potential.
And furthermore, I feel like owners and coaches have such a shorter window to win now. So when they're drafting these players and they're evaluating and they're bringing the guys in, there's no time. There seems to be no time to wait for someone to develop. We want you now to produce right this second. So when you have these guys coming in, you're competing. And if you make that squad and you beat out the veteran guy, you're going to play. That's what it comes down to. Now, the one position that I feel like maybe you want to take your time in developing them is obviously the quarterback.
Yeah.
But any other damn position is go time.
And John Roberts here, he's got he's mentioning, and I know, John, that they're saying Knox was never targeted because they had 4 drafted wide receivers. But when you're a tight end, if opposing offenses are going to be covering guys like DK Metcalf in the red zone, isn't that when you would go to a tight end? I understand what you're saying. I'm not expecting, like, because the the volume of targets isn't going to be there to have outstanding numbers. But considering that defenses are paying an insane amount of attention to these wide receivers like AJ Brown and DK Metcalf, then you would think that the coverage would be favorable to get him the ball. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying I would have liked to have seen in specific red zone situations that he's the guy.
And I agree with that. Staying on the receiver end, and I'm not moving away from Josh too much, but somebody mentioned Zay Jones. And Zay Jones is an intriguing name, an intriguing topic, because I have high hopes for Zay Jones, man. I really do. He started off shaky in his rookie season. Last year, he came on strong at the end of the season when obviously the offense improved. Can we go with the offense? The offense improved, over 600 yards receiving, over 50 receptions. So at that point, his third year, usually that's the year that you jump, that you establish yourself. I mean, second round draft pick, you need to show us something, Zay Jones. So is he going to be the receiver that pushes to be the number one targeted receiver? Because you feel that Foster is going to be the number one guy, and I also feel that way because he's just got big play potential. But so does Zay Jones, man. Zay Jones runs a 4.4 speed. He's got 4.4 speed. Plays in the slot. Can he emerge as a number one type receiver for Josh Allen?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
So if you remember, I turned you on to Zay Jones
before
the draft.
Yep.
Before he was a Bill. I like Zay Jones. I think that, but I thought when he was being drafted, he was always going to be like a really, really good number 2. I thought he was a Robert Woods, a Peerless Price. He's not Eric Moulds. You know what I mean? Like Foster to me has the higher ceiling, obviously, because Foster is just so explosive and he can score from anywhere. I'm not trashing Zay Jones. I liked Zay Jones. I watched him in the combine. I really like how he tracks the ball over his shoulder. He's a bigger guy, especially for the slot. I like what he can do for an offense. I just don't think he's ever going to be a dynamic number 1 receiver.
Okay.
And I think Foster has a better chance to be that way. But again, like, that doesn't mean he's bad. It just means like, I bet you guys would take Robert Woods back. You know what I mean?
I would.
Yeah, absolutely.
I freaking would.
And he's a quintessential number 2. Like Brandon Cooks gets most of draws the other team's best corners, and Woods kicks ass, and that's hopefully what Zay Jones can become.
Scott has a question. He goes, Rico, in your opinion, besides Frank Gore and Shady McCoy, what other running backs do you think will make the roster? It all depends on how many we decide to keep.
Singletary for sure.
Singletary. I mean, you draft a running back in the 3rd round. Yeah, no, you're not cutting him unless he's pure trash and he's just not making his reads. He's not pass blocking. He's just not what we expected him to be, which I highly doubt. It's going to be Zay, Gore, Singletary. Now that if we do keep a 4th running back, obviously it would be Yeldon, if that's going to be the person. But I'm not even sure about the Yeldon pick either, to be honest with you. I'm not sure about Yeldon.
Well,
man.
The thing is that there's a good argument to be made for Perry, and the reason is
Sonoris Perry, yeah,
and he was a Dolphin, so I know him. He's going to give you nothing as a running back, but as a 4th halfback, generally they're counted on to play significant special team reps. And while Yeldon is a better running back than Sonoris Perry, it's not there's no comparison there. I'd have a hard time seeing Yeldon. He doesn't play any special teams at all. I think he's had 2 snaps on special teams last year or something like that. It's very low. So it's conceivable that you would keep Perry specifically because Perry is a trash running back who's an excellent. He is, but he's an excellent special teamer. So that's why he's still in the league.
And
you know what I mean?
This is where I feel that it's going to be between Sonoris Perry, and if he can immerse himself in the offense, running the rock, it's going to be between him and TJ Yeldon, because Yeldon does not play special teams. And for a guy that doesn't play special teams and all of a sudden you're going to be a special teamer, it doesn't quite work that way. So we've had guys like Easley. We've had guys like Tywan Jones. We kept these guys on the roster for their special teams abilities. So if Sonoris Perry can really come in and get downfield and make plays, I mean, guys, you guys know the drill, man. There's 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And if you're going to be on this team and not running the rock and being an asset to the offense, you better be an asset to special teams. Yeldon doesn't give you that. So Norris Perry has a big opportunity to make this squad. So who are you reading this way?
No, that one. Someone hitting up that microwave.
You hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to sign off on the Instagram. If you guys want to continue to watch us on live, hit this on the YouTube. Join us on the YouTube right this second, and we will do this another time. It's your boy. Come join us on the YouTube. Anyway, so ending that on the Instagram. So now we can focus over here. So if we're gonna choose running backs, those are my three. On the fourth, I can go with either word. But if Sanarius Perry can give me something on offense, I'm not even talking special teams because we know he's nice.
He's not giving you anything on offense.
He where's he? What university go to?
I don't know.
You don't know? It doesn't matter.
He got drafted, I think, 3rd round to Cincinnati Bengals.
3rd round.
I think he was drafted.
So you're not trash.
He's never done anything. He was a Bengal, and then the Dolphins picked him up.
Again, didn't do anything there?
Nothing. He's like a 2-yard average per carry. He's got no explosion. He's got no speed. He doesn't hit the hole. He'll get exactly what's blocked for you. He's not a bad receiver, and he's not a bad blocker. Like we're talking a 4th string running back. Like, you know what I mean? But he's good on special teams, and that's why you guys signed him, because you did it before the draft, before you picked up Singletary.
Jeff Yin Yang says, "What about Christian Wade?" Christian Wade, dude, he's too raw. He's too raw. Unless he shows natural abilities to catch on an offensive scheme, to understand your holes, understand your reads, understand your steps, the steps you got to take as a running back. Mm-hmm. There's so much that go into playing that position. It's just too tough for a guy to come in and just make the roster unless he makes such an impact.
There's no benefit to putting him on the roster right now. None. Because the NFL is giving you guys a special exemption on your practice squad, so you're allowed to carry an extra player on your practice squad if it's Christian Wade. So when you've got a guy that's brand new and he's just trying to learn the game, why rush him in right now? You're not going to waste a roster spot on this guy hoping he develops when you can keep him on a special exemption on your practice squad, redshirt him for the year, see if he's got something in practices. If there's something you feel that he can develop, then next year in training camp, maybe he pushes for more of a playing role.
I like that.
But right now, you keep him with that exemption.
I like that a lot. Daniel Guari says, being addressed special teams big time this offseason and been a bit of a UTR. What the hell is a UTR? You ever heard of what a UTR is?
No.
Never heard of it. You're going to have to tell me what a damn UTR is. Reading some questions here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit because I missed a bit. What do we got?
Oh, someone look at this one.
Which one?
I don't agree with that. Ed Oliver will
so
be
good-looking honky says Ed Oliver will be a bust. No. Sorry. You know what? Let me tell you something.
That's rough. That's a cold take.
That's a bold statement. Now, I see a lot of Ed Oliver is very much like what's that boy from the Rams?
Aaron
Donald. But you see Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is that guy is super elite.
Yeah, you can't.
Super elite. You
can't compare a rookie to best defensive player.
And here's the thing. To me, I can't get with that. It's too bold of a statement.
It's because he's small. It's because he's
6'2". I mean, for defensive tackle. Yeah,
he's under 3. He's under the traditional. But like he wins on explosion, he wins on that sort of thing. So he's very similar athletically to Aaron Donald. Like guys that big don't usually move that well laterally. What separates him and Aaron Donald is that he doesn't have the hand placement yet, and that's obviously something he can learn with coaching because he's a rookie and he didn't have to. In college, he's winning just pure on athleticism and explosion.
And not only that, playing at the University of Houston, they had this man playing on the nose. At 6'2", 280 on a nose tackle, that's not where he's best suited. So he's going to be playing the 3 technique. It's going to allow him to just run wild and really be effective. Now, is he going to be a bust? What would make him a bust? Him getting outplayed by Jordan Phillips?
Again, it's his rookie year, right? Like if he comes in and he looks like trash and he can't get on the field, then I guess that you could start to call him a bust. But even then, I'd still give him a second year. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that's what it would take to label him as such. I'm thinking maybe because the expectations are super high because there's a lot of media people out there that are expecting him to immediately step in and fill Kyle Williams' shoes. I know Kyle Williams isn't the player the last 2 years as he was in the prime of his career.
Right.
But he's smart. He's savvy. He's got heart, the leadership qualities. Like he brings a lot to the table. It's a lot to tell a young guy to step in on a guy that's going to and replace and be an upgrade over a guy that's going to go on the Ring of Honor.
And furthermore, speaking of Ed Oliver, somebody mentioned it, declared 14 months prior to even being drafted, right? So it gives a lot of teams the ability to scrutinize them and really just dissect their game. Pick them apart.
He was the number one prospect coming into last year's
perfect. That was what I was about to get to. Until Quinnen Williams came on the scene after his 1 year wonder.
Williams
he's a monster. Don't get me wrong, but before Quinnen Williams came on the scene, it was all about Ed Oliver. So to me, don't I don't know where you got that, but don't be sleeping or thinking that he's going to be a bust. First of all, when you make a statement like that, why make a statement like that? You have to back it up with something. You need to tell me why you feel he's going to be a bust. You can't just throw out somebody's going to be a bust. People can say Josh Allen's going to be a bust because passing percentage was at freaking 50%. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? All he does is scramble. I'll give you that. At least you have an argument to make. What would give you the impression that Ed Oliver is going to be a bust? Explain and elaborate. If not, shut your ass up. That's what I'm going to say. I'll just keep it real. Moving on to the next question.
Someone wrote Bruce Smith is the best DT of all. Sorry, Bruce Smith's the best defensive end of all time.
I'm not mad at that statement.
Yeah.
Is he the best? Shit. You got Reggie White. You got some guys out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm taking White.
But 200 sacks though.
He's in the conversation. But you want to scroll up? Yeah. But I'm taking White. I think.
What you want?
What else we got? Someone's mentioned Jerry Hughes, man. I gotta get
you and that Jerry Hughes.
Oh man. So we were talking earlier.
Hold on a sec. Somebody just asked. With all the receivers we have on the offense, do you see surprise cut of Zay Jones getting caught up as a surprise cut because he didn't get a lot of receptions last year? No. And he had 50 plus receptions and led the team in yards. So he is not going to get cut.
Keeping over him,
over Zay, exactly.
Like Duke Williams. Sills, these are developmental guys that are maybe make the roster, but you think they're going to be better than Zay Jones?
The real question becomes how many receivers do we keep?
We already seen
compared to how many tight ends do we keep? That is the real tough question for this coaching regime to really dissect and really get through, because 6 is usually what? Would you say 6 is like the standard
for what?
Receivers, the amount of receivers the team will keep typically
5 or 6,
5 to 6, for sure. One being maybe like a return guy, special team guy.
Yeah, which is the only way you keep 6.
Absolutely. So keeping 7, is that even a possibility?
It's possible, but unlikely.
Because I'm a fan of Isaiah McKenzie, man. He really sparked our offense last year.
Yeah.
But then you bring in a Cole Beasley. Do you need a McKenzie?
You're keeping Foster. You're keeping Jones. You're keeping Beasley. You're keeping what's the other? Brown. And then you're going to keep what's the kid's name from the Jets? Andre Roberts.
Yeah, Andre,
because he's your return guy, right? And you got 5 already. So you may keep a 6th. But if I'm you guys, I'm not keeping McKenzie. I'm going to keep like a Duke Williams or Sills, because they have a dynamic of being a physical kind of red zone thing that the other receivers don't have. You know what I mean? Beasley's your quick guy.
Yeah.
Brown's your deep guy. Foster's the guy, another deep guy who you're hoping develops.
Yep.
And Zay Jones is an intermediary guy.
McKenzie's in the
Jones
spot.
plays a little soft.
Zay Jones?
Yeah, a little
listen,
soft.
I agree. There's no question about it.
He's not taking the ball away from a guy in the red zone, right?
No. So he's going to push out the ball for sure.
You need that guy. So to me, I would keep one of those guys over McKenzie.
See, I don't understand the love David Sills is getting. We've seen this type of story before. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Riley. Do you guys remember Brandon Riley? Brandon Riley was getting mad love from all Bills fans, myself included. I like Brandon Riley. Chris Hogan. You know what I mean? These guys happen to be wide receivers, but that's not the point. The point is these guys become the great, you know what I mean, the great white hype type of receivers, and we make a big case for them. And then once camp starts, you really got to see what's going on, man, because at the end of the day, I don't want to call it camp politics, but it becomes camp politics. There's a lot of that crap. Who are you going to keep? How much money we're going to pay them? I mean, Sills got a lot of money for free agent signing. He got a good chunk of money. So we're going to find out. 6 receivers, I think we keep 6, possibly 7. We may keep less tight ends on the squad, and then we might make a decision going forward. But we'll see in that regard. It's possible
at the beginning of the year, because Croft will probably go on the PUP list.
Yeah, for sure.
And then so he won't count as a roster spot. Some guy wants me to answer a Dolphins question.
Yeah, let's answer it. What are your thoughts on Charles Harris?
So for the
Speak
Bills
on it, man.
fans who don't know, Charles Harris was our first Miami's first round draft pick. He's entering his third season.
Was he your first round draft last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, okay.
Yeah, and he was well, I guess technically 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
And out of Missouri. I was really pumped when they took him because I really liked him at the combine. Turns out myself and the Dolphins were wrong. He is not. He's had one good career game, and that was against you're a good left tackle there, Dawkins. It was against Dawkins. It was best game he ever had was against Dawkins, and it was like his only good game.
D-Doc must have had a bad day that game.
Yeah, no, that's here. But yeah, he's been a bust. So the hope now is that they're saying that he was more suited, ideally suited for outside linebacker in a 3-4 than as a 4-3 wide 9 defensive end. That's the hope. I don't see it. I don't see much. Hopefully the scheme helps, but I mean, this is the same excuse you guys use for Hughes's lack of production, right?
No, I hear that.
It wasn't his fault. It was Rex Ryan's put him in this scheme. I heard that for 2 years, that sort of thing. So I can't. You're either a pass rusher or you're not. Like Jason Taylor had no problem when you put him from DE to outside linebacker. Cameron Wake had no problem when you put him from DE to outside linebacker.
But everybody knows when you're going into your third year, this would be the year, and you have a defensive-minded head coach. So this could be the year that is it Flores is your coach now? Yeah. This could be the year that my man comes in and really flourishes and really becomes a first-round pick that you guys needed him to be. Maybe last year.
I'm not seeing it.
You know what? Keanu Valentine, my guy, Keanu Valentine says, I know you got the Dolphin fan in the building today, so I'm going to say this. Howard over Tre'Davious White. What?
Oh, yeah. That's not even
That's a hot take.
No, it's not. A hot take would be White over Howard. A hot take would be White over the guy who made the Pro Bowl. A hot take would be White over the guy who has 11 interceptions in his last 16 games.
So
11 in his last 16 games. Top 3 cornerbacks in the AFC are sadly last year was Stephon Gilmore.
Right.
Fuck, I hate that guy.
Stephon Gilmore, he's a baller though, man.
But he was really good last year. And that was the he sealed the Super Bowl, right? With that pick.
No doubt.
And then it was Xavier Howard, and then it was Trey White. Trey White's a fantastic player. In my mind, he's a top 10 corner. Eventually he will make the Pro Bowl. Everyone's so up in arms he didn't make the Pro Bowl. To me, did Hyde make the Pro Bowl last year?
No, we're getting slept on.
I thought Hyde was.
Listen,
fantastic.
We have the best safety tandem in the league. I don't care what anybody tells me. We do.
You have a top 3. Are you better than Earl Thomas and Tony Jefferson? No.
I like Tony Jefferson, man. I really do.
And I like Tony Jefferson.
I wanted Tony Jefferson in Buffalo, but anyway.
And I'll give you this. The Bills fans, this. I backed up Bobby there because the Jets fans are running their mouths saying that their safety tandem is better.
It is not
all day Bills over the Jets.
No question.
I mean, maybe if you're doing a franchise mode in Madden, you take the Jets because they're younger. But like for next year, there's not even a question.
There's no question.
Hyde is so good.
He's an overall great safety.
He's so good. And
he
when
can
you
tackle,
when you
cover, he's got awareness. He's the quarterback of the damn defense.
Does anyone notice that no matter who you throw in at corner right now, they're playing lights out? Do you think maybe it's because they get to play with Poyer and Hyde?
It makes a difference. No,
I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying, like,
no, but it does.
If I'm playing corner and I can be a lot more aggressive and I can be a lot more, sure of myself if I know I got Hyde cleaning up everything in the back,
right?
And Poyer right there on those underneath, cutting off the hook zones and stuff like that. Like it is. I mean, Taron Johnson came in and lighted up. EJ Gaines came in and lighted up.
Facts.
Wallace came in and lighted up.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Levi Wallace is a baller.
So like, and again, I don't want the Bills fans to hate shit on me for White. Top 10 corner. I'm saying that. But every corner you guys have all of a sudden seems to be great.
Could we call the Bills corner you?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. I think they're very good players who look better because you have an all-pro safety tandem. Like that's not
helps.
That's not a hot take. Like that's obvious, but the national media doesn't get it, right?
Yeah. There is a question coming from Green Buffalo, and I wanted to ask you this earlier this week, but what do you think about what happened to the Dolphins DT Kendrick Norton? I honestly feel so bad for him. I do too, man. 22 years of age. Yeah. You can speak on it if you want to. And
so Kendrick Norton,
that really sucks, man.
DT, University of Miami, came out, was drafted, I think the 7th round by Carolina. and he got cut, and the Dolphins, or he got put on the practice squad, and the Dolphins snatched him. So he got in a car accident the early in the morning of the 4th of July, and they had to amputate his arm on the scene to get him out of the car.
Oh, is that what they had to do?
That's what happened. Yeah, I think they had to, basically then clamp it off and give him first aid until the ambulance got there to get him back. And
dude,
so he's lost his arm. He was.
Was he 22 years old?
22, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you root for. Like that's awful.
That sucks me because I mean you dream to play in the NFL.
Yeah,
and then you have that.
He's the guy from Miami U. Now he's trying to make Miami. You know what I mean? So he's got all the fans in the local. It's a rough.
Would he have made? I mean, you're getting signed. Was he a roster guy? Could he have made the roster?
He was fighting for a roster spot.
Okay.
In my opinion, he probably would end up on the practice squad, but because defensive tackle is like the only position that Miami has a lot of depth in. But still, like
no, it's a sad case altogether. Raymond Pagan says, and I agree with this statement right now. Can't believe people predict the Buffalo Bills to have the same record as last year. Really, how are you going to get Josh Allen that help and end up being the same record? That's what I'm saying, man. It's disrespectful to have us as a 6-win team when we won 6 games last year. No way. And then let's just say we're not a 6-win team. You're going to only give us 2 more wins? Come on, man. Like, cut it out. Cut it up. There's a lot of games. I feel that we are a 10 to 11 win season. Actually, you know what? I feel like we're a 10 to 11 win team.
Yeah.
How do you feel your Dolphins do? Because you have a quarterback now. What?
Yeah.
3-13 was before you got Rosen. Yeah. Now you have him.
I know, but we have like the worst offense in the league. Like offensive.
But your defense is still pretty damn good.
What do you mean it's damn good? Like it
I
was.
mean, you got the best corner in the game in Howard.
I didn't say the best. I said the second best in the AFC.
Sure, fine. Yeah. And then you have a solid in Jones, safety in Jones.
A solid
Pro Bowl.
All pro,
safety in Jones. You feel me? You got Kiko Alonso, you got McMillan, you got your DT Wilkerson. Is it Wilkerson you guys drafted? Wilkins, excuse me. Yo, your defense is pretty solid. I mean, we'll talk about that during our thing, but
we don't have a second. Don't have a second corner. But yeah, we can get into that. But
yeah, we'll get into
Dolphins
that for sure.
Are 3-13. So the offensive line is so bad. It's Laramie Tunsil and 4 dudes off the street. Might as well be a barbershop quartet they corral. Like it's just trash. Like there is not a single recognizable name on there. Like unless if you're a real NFL fan, maybe you've heard of Daniel Kilgore because he started for like 5 years in the 49ers. But like even he's not very good. And he's like the next best guy. Like it's all bums in Laramie Tunsil.
Keanu says, I try not to be a biased fan. I live in South Florida, but let me tell you, the Dolphins have a very bright future ahead of them. Plenty of cap space and picks next year. Yo, talk on it, man.
They do. So
Keanu's been paying. He lives out there, man. He lives.
Miami's that's why they're going to be so bad this year. So they let everyone leave or they traded everyone away, right? Robert Quinn's gone. They lost their top 4 defensive ends from last year, are all gone. Cameron Wake's gone. Robert Quinn's gone. What's his name? William Hayes is gone. Branch is gone. They let go of the right tackle. He's gone to Denver because we didn't want to pay. Like they paid a ridiculous amount of money. He's gone. We got rid of Tannehill. Whatever. He's 8.
How do you guys feel about that? The Tannehill being gone.
Tannehill's always going to get you 8-8. You know, he always plays just well enough that you aren't in position to draft his replacement.
Dillinger E says, I'm showing too much love to the Dolphins. Rico showing the pity love.
Well, no,
I'm not showing pity love, man. I'm just saying they're gonna be pretty damn good.
So
Dillinger E's, bro.
And then I guess so the next year, so they cut all these guys. So just to wrap it up, so next year they have a ton of cap space. They're gonna have even more cap space, most likely when they let go of Jones, and then they have a first round pick, and then they have two picks in every round. They got 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, 2 sixths, 2 sevens.
Yo, you guys got some work, man. You're gonna make. I'm pretty sure you're gonna trade up first, second round. You got a lot of picks. You're not keeping all those picks. You're gonna trade.
Yeah, so it depends on what happens, right? Yeah. If Rosen shows that he can play well, if he looks like the guy, then they can go other positions. Like I'm already eyeballing Jerry Jeudy and the.
That guy's a route running machine. By the way,
safety from Wisconsin. The center from. Is it Wisconsin? Yeah, the Wisconsin center. I
Adam Ben says, Rico, convince your boy Kevin to join the Bills Mafia. I keep telling him, just drop the damn Dolphins, man. They're just a team full of bums. Where the future's here.
Yeah.
The future's right here, man.
Rosen has not much to work with. Daniel, I don't want to pronounce that last name. Gary's?
Rosen doesn't have much to work with? What?
So
is that true?
Well, he technically has the fastest offense in the league. They're just not great, but they're very fast. We'd win every track meet because you got Sills, what's his name? Kenny Stills. 4-3.
You guys brought
Jakeem
back your
Grant,
guy.
4-3.
I like
you got
Jakeem
Albert
Grant.
Wilson, 4-3. You
And
got
the big
even
boy.
Parker, it runs a 4-4. Even the tight end, Gesicki, who's a bum, but he runs a 4-5.
Yo, you guys have a decent fucking
and then you
receiving
got
squad,
Kenyon
man.
Drake, who's really fast.
Oh, I love that dude, man.
Yeah,
I like
Kenyon
Drake.
Kenyon Drake is the best building block they've got on the offense. The problem is that they've got no number one receiver, and they've got a bunch of really fast guys.
Yep.
That's why last year at the beginning of the year, the Dolphins actually had a good record. If you remember, they only started to implode at the end of the year.
Yep.
Because they were getting all these explosive plays.
Yeah, you guys were playing some pretty weak competition at the time.
Offense was trash, but we actually beat New England every year.
You guys challenged New England every year. I don't know what it is that you guys. I don't even know how you guys are able to do that.
Tannehill is 3-3 in his last 6 games against.
And you have Flores. And Flores, I don't know how long Flores was with the Patriots, but I mean, I'm sure he has some intel on how to take down Brady. But Brady is Brady. Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do, man. Not a whole lot.
Well, I'm telling you, every year that he comes to Miami and loses.
The ref, I appreciate the donation, my guy. The Bills beat the Patriots week 4 at home.
That's the game.
That's the game.
Well, that was
man.
the question I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
So surrounding the hype about Josh Allen, right?
Yep.
I'm very curious on what your take is on this. So he finished the year off because he had that huge game against Miami.
Yep.
When all 4 starting secondary people were hurt.
Oh, you had to put that in there, huh?
And they given up on their coach.
Okay.
Now you still have to make the plays. I'm just saying, but here's the question. If you had switched, if that game had been week 15 or 16, we'll say, and the New England game, which was week 16, was week 17, would your perception have been different going in? I'm just curious. Because obviously when you end the season on such a high note because you thrashed the Dolphins in the last game.
Yeah.
But the week before he was
awful.
Like,
I remember.
Awful against New England. And I don't like the excuse, because you can't tell me my excuses against the Dolphins don't count, but then turn around and say, well, it's New England. You can't play well like it's New England. Like you play again, you know what I mean? You got to take accountable regardless of who the opposition is.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, if that had been Allen's last game, would the fans have a different vibe going into the
if he had the same game against the Patriots that he had against
the
Dolphins?
You just all you do is flip weeks. Same game. Same stat line, same game, same everything, but the New England game happened to be
he would have been
17.
He would have been overhyped, like he's ready to take over, like he is right now.
But so there'd be no change.
There would be no change. That's just Bills fans altogether.
Like
they remember the last. They remember the last thing that you've done.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if the last thing was the stinker,
yes,
against New England,
then it would have been he's got a lot of work to do. Okay. He's got a lot of work to do. However, what's really propelled him.
I knew it was coming. Remember I told you? All right, so let's address the drops. So just so you know,
you knew it was coming.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. So just so you know, Josh Allen was accredited for I think it was 10 or 12 drops. You can look it up. So if you take every drop that he had and counted it as a completion, which is unrealistic because in no scenario are you ever going to go a year where there's 0 drops. But let's say he did have 0 drops.
What were the drops? How many drops did they?
It's either 10 or 12.
Okay.
You can just Google it. How many drops did he have? If you add those as completions, his completion percentage jumps to 59, I believe 59.4%, which would have been good for 31st in the NFL.
Get him.
So if you had given him in an unrealistic scenario where no one dropped the ball, he would have been 31st in completion percentage. I get why you guys are excited. I get it because the potential is there. But his stats are not much different than Rosen's. The difference is that Allen was generated a lot of hype because he was a better athlete than I gave him credit for. I knew he was a good athlete, but he's fast and he's a runner. He's more Cam Newton than I thought he would.
But understand this: anybody can take statistics and mold it and and
There's
create
not
something.
30 plus drops on YouTube, buddy.
No, there is not.
Just Google it, ref.
But check this out.
Just Google it.
But there's two things.
No one has
there's two things you can look at, because you watch a lot of videos, and NFL or ESPN, they tell you what is considered a drop and what's not considered a drop. If it was uncatchable and you know what I'm saying, if it hits your hands, is it a drop? Is it not? You're gonna get through all that stuff. What were you're reading now? Last comment?
They're still trying to go on about the drops.
Okay, here's the thing.
Just Google this stat.
The Bills are interested. They're not interested in like per se the drop. It's the intangibles that the Bills are hyped about. It's the little things that Allen does that got everybody hyped right now. It's him barking on the sidelines, telling everybody, get your act together and let's go. We got this, so on and so forth. It's the scrambling and finding the little dump off that little things like that is what got people hyped. You feel me? Stats wise, I mean, if you look at his percentage, I mean, completion percentage, he ain't nothing to write home about. He ain't saying much. But the intangibles, the little things this man does is what got people hyped. I'm hyped. I'm actually excited.
You're hyped because you see flashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as you see flashes of really like top shelf athleticism and stuff like that. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's able to extend plays with his legs. He's able to get out of the pocket. He's a threat running, which makes the defense adjust to them.
Good job, John Roberts. Because leadership is a big thing. Go ahead, keep going.
Right. So definitely, like, I see what you're saying. I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm not saying he's not going to pan out, but you can't ignore the terrible decisions he makes sometimes, which I get. He's a rookie and he can improve on that. But
by the way,
it's not a guarantee.
Shout out to Stern Fern. Stern Fern's in the building.
And then,
Stern Fern. What do you call him? Fern Gully?
He's like, you can use stats however you want. I'm going to get on to Jerry Hughes again if you keep that up for him. So I get it. Yeah, he's better because he's a much better runner. Yeah, like he's good. But like, I don't know, man. Like everyone forgets against that.
Juan Castillo says, Rico, can you bench more than Kev? And how about dumbbell curls? Yo, how much can you bench max?
Max, like what, one rep?
One rep.
Right now, maybe like 280.
My guy.
I can do 3 reps at 275.
275?
Yeah.
My guy, Kev. Look at you.
Kev, show me the guns.
You might as well show him the guns. Show him the guns a little bit. Can you just lift a pec?
Yeah, let's
Pop a pec. Pop a pec, bro.
Josh Allen put Cameron Wake on the ground last year. Yeah, Josh Allen's a great runner. No one's disputing it. Yeah. Yo,
if anybody wants Kev to pop a pec, just let me know.
No.
Make him dance, Kev. My ultimate max at bench is 235, and I did that 3 times. But a super one max, I haven't done like a one time, but I did 235.
I hit
3 times.
I benched 300 at one point.
Damn, you hit 2. You hit 3. Shit, look at you, bro.
You have to put the 2.5 pound weights. You have to put the little 2.5 pounds.
You gotta take those. That makes because
it comes up to 295, right? So you got to put on the little 2.5 to get the 300.
It's an even solid number. I get that. Yo, they want you to pop a pec. You got to do one.
No, I'm not popping.
Hashtag pop a pec. Yes, my guy Juan Castillo. Hashtag pop a pec. The one showing right now, you might as well pop it right there, bro. Yo, Juan, you're a dumbass. Oh snap! Y'all got me.
What?
Yo, but they see that Kevin's physique is legit.
I don't know.
Kevin's physique is legit. They see that.
I look kind of like dumpy in this one.
So let me yo, you got a lot of love, man. Kobe Ferrero says fins up. Fins up is legit.
Not this year, but not this year.
I know you do this on purpose just to not get your hopes up.
No, they're really like this year.
You do this all the time. He's gonna screw up. He scores a touchdown. It's like, oh yes, get out of here. We know you.
Literally stripped the entire roster. So I saw it. Yeah, they literally stripped the entire roster.
Zoomer Cage says this is turning into porn. Maestro Shine says nips out.
No, they're soft.
Hashtag nips out. Trevor Mazzetti says, yo, this guy seems really cool, even though he's a Dolphins fan. I'm telling you guys, this guy is he's a Dolphins fan to the core, but part of me feels he's a closet Bills fan.
I've seen
he's closet. Come out the closet, bro.
I would like to say I've seen every single snap of the Bills from preseason to regular season for the last 3 years. Everyone.
Your closet.
I've seen every game. No, because I'm buddies with all the you guys, and I'm just an NFL guy in general.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if do you guys get DAZN? I don't know. In Canada, we get all our NFL guys in DAZN.
Yeah.
And they save all the games. So you can go back and look at all the games. Like it saves even preseason for the whole year.
You can even get them to
and then
condense them to 30 minutes.
Yeah, where they cut out all the commercials and stuff, and it's just a string of plays. So you can actually watch a game in like 20 minutes because it cuts out. There's no commercials. They cut out all the talking in between. It's a really cool feature. It's like $20 a month too. So.
The Fern Gully says, "Who are the Finns pass rushers?"
Nah,
he wants to know. Nobody?
No.
You guys.
Any pass rush they get's going to come from the interior. So Vincent Taylor, you guys wouldn't know him yet. He's a young guy who showed some real promise, but he got hurt last year. If you're into PFF, he had very good grades on PFF. Godshaw's another young defensive tackle. He's okay. He's the guy that bumped Phillips out of the starting lineup, and then Phillips got all upset and started yelling at the coaches, and that's why you guys have him.
Hey, I have a question for everybody. If Kevin and I were to start a podcast, what should we call the podcast?
Pets are us.
The wife says pecs are us.
I'm just joking.
I'm actually curious. If we were to start a podcast, because no better tandem to have a Bills fan and a Dolphins fan talking AFC East and talking football and other things. We are actually Lakers fans, and that's the beauty of this situation. We share the same division, and we're Lakers.
Some guys like, how did I become a Dolphins fan? So it's really weird. I like that surf and turf because of the buffalo and the dolphin.
That's good. But, that's really good.
Yeah,
surf and turf podcast.
Yeah, but. So we're both from Ottawa, right? So, and what's that?
One mic.
I like
One
that.
mic podcast, yeah, dude. That's legit.
It's like we're on a date. We both lean in, It's like Lady of the Tramp. But yeah. So when you're in Canada, you obviously if you grow up like loving football and playing football, you have to find the weirdest reasons to become a fan of a certain team. For me, I took a trip to South Florida when I was younger, and I got a Mark Duper jersey. And I was
who the F is Mark Duper?
That's just sad that you said that.
He was
one of the Marx brothers.
No idea.
The record.
The record.
Like him and Marino and Clayton. Back when Marino was shattering all the records, they were going to Duper and Clayton.
The Marx brothers. Somebody said the Marx brothers. I don't know who the hell the Duper and Clayton.
That's just sad.
Is it sad?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to know who that is.
Yeah.
What are the Marx brothers? What are they known for?
They're known for making multiple Pro Bowls and putting up ridiculous stats.
Oh, for real?
They were the top 2 receivers when Dan Marino was
there you go.
all the record books.
Okay. So keep going about how you became a Dolphins fan.
So I got a Mark Duper jersey, and then I became a Dolphins fan, and then I remember getting a newspaper route so that I could save up enough money because it's obviously before the internet. So I used to get the Dolphin Digest, which was like the local paper, and I get it delivered to my house. I was probably the only Canadian that got they're probably like, what the fuck? In Ottawa, Ontario. They probably didn't know what to do with it. But yeah. So, and then, same thing with the Bills, I guess, when you became a football fan.
Dude, I was this close to becoming a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
That close. It was a toss-up. It was my brother watching the damn Super Bowl, and he's like, which team do you want? Which one do you want to go for? I was like, give me the team with the nicest logo. And I took the Buffalo Bills logo, and I like their colors. And then I started following from then. And then, booyah. I know, right? And then we got whooped in that Super Bowl. Somebody had a question I saw, and I just went right past it. Oh, Keanu says, me and my pops flying out for the home opener. We trying to link up with the BF community. You're damn right.
Someone else asked that.
I'll be there for the home opener for sure.
Oh, will you?
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. The wife is trying to spoil the home opener. It's not happening.
No, I'm not.
She's staying behind, and she ain't coming if she's gonna talk like that. Yeah, for sure. Headed. I'm trying to get this. Are you for sure trying to make it? I'm trying to get Dolphin fan to come through.
Grumpy Fern there. He's
Grumpy Fern.
He's still sore because he's like, oh, Josh Allen's the greatest rookie quarterback of all time because he's a runner. So we're talking about coming, but I don't know, man. Dolphins are on TV. Maybe.
That's my birthday weekend. First of all,
it's September. What your birthday's?
I think. Did you become are you sure you didn't become a Dolphins fan when you watched Ace Ventura?
No, I was a Dolphins fan before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the same thing. Like
Somebody call it. Let's call it the Peck Talk.
yeah,
I kind of like the one mic podcast.
yeah, it's pretty good.
That's actually pretty
I like
freaking
the
good.
surf and turf.
Surf and Turf is pretty good. Yo, I need more names. If we're gonna do a podcast like this, I need more.
Oh, this one needs to
I've
get
been-
in.
Oh, here
She
we
needs
go.
the
No,
attention.
no,
She's
I
had
have a
enough.
question.
She's had
I have a
enough wine
question.
that now she needs. So she's like,
She's
No,
I've
I
been in
have
the
a
background too
question.
long. I need some
Listen.
attention. Look at me.
Kevin,
I'm listening.
Kevin's on a roll.
stop it or I'll make you take your shirt off and flex. Listen, when is the home opener? What is the date?
Third week of September.
So
I
my
think-
birthday weekend?
Yes, you knew.
Ooh.
You knew.
Ouch.
You
Thank you,
knew.
Kevin.
Yeah. It's a
Do
romantic.
you have anything to say? I'm just
It's a
wondering.
romantic weekend.
Happy
for-
birthday! You're coming to the Bills game.
No, I'm
Yeah, it's a-
definitely not.
It's a romantic weekend in Buffalo.
A romantic weekend in
Why don't you
Western New York. Maybe we might go to Niagara. Drive through. We're not staying.
I
We're
wanna
gonna
go to
drive through.
Niagara.
Maybe we'll take a peek at the Niagara Falls
I'll be.
while in the car, and then we
nice.
keep going.
I don't like Niagara Falls. I don't want to Niagara
I like
Falls.
Niagara Falls. It's a fun city.
Is
It's
it?
a good time. Yeah.
Somebody said R.I.P. Rico.
Yes. Thank
Somebody
you.
said leave her alone.
Yeah.
You're right. These
Wonka
guys-
C says she's turning 21. Oh, look at you trying to throw game.
How you doing?
Trying to throw game.
Well, you're leaving that weekend, so maybe he just might.
Yeah, right. I think Josh getting all the starting reps this year in the offseason is going to be a great thing. Remember how much he improved while he was hurt last year. Really? Oh, that sounds interesting, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
I think that's something that I alluded to earlier. It's funny that you said that because Pierre is he's gonna love that I say this, but he was adamant that
no, Fern, it's homemade.
what's homemade? Oh, the wine.
I said if it's Jackson Triggs.
I love Jackson Triggs.
Pierre is all over the fact that he felt that Peterman getting the reps and McCarron getting the reps is killing the fact that Allen was just sitting here getting scraps. He should have been getting reps from day one, and that way he would have been at least prepared to enter the season, but he just never did. So the fact that you're saying that him getting all the reps this offseason is going to help, it definitely will. And he's got a world of confidence right now. He's got a world of confidence. So I think that's only going to do him great and good. The Fish and Chips podcast? Come on, fellas. Get better than that. Fish and Chips?
I like that one.
The Fish and Chips?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with...
Fish?
Why was that
dolphins.
such a violently bad?
But what
decision?
about the chips?
Yeah.
Where does the chips
Way
part
too
come in?
aggressive.
It shows more for the fish. No.
Well, as it should be. We've been a better team. You know, I don't get it.
Sam Mazza says, by the way, if you guys are sleeping under a rock,
Brown and
you guys should definitely join up and sign up and become a valued paid member and become a special member because we got perks galore. If you guys want to hang out with us on game day, that's the home opener with the BF. We're going to be optioning out. We're going to be pulling out. I was going to say it in French. I was going to say tirage. What? So there's going to be a big draw to hang out with the BF. You get tickets to hang out with us at the game. You sit with the whole squad. Not only that, you get percentages off the fan shop. You know what I'm saying? So listen, jump on there, become a member, and you get your questions read first. Sam Mazza, speaking of that, he says, got a good question. So due to all our struggles, was it because of lack of talent or scheme?
How far back are we going? Like since '95?
Nice. That was well done. But I think he's referring to last year. So that's a great question, Sam Mazza. And I honestly believe it. Honestly, it's not fluff. It was a bit of both.
Yeah.
It was honestly a bit of both because the scheme, he adjusted his scheme to his players midway through the season. And we also shipped out a few guys, Kelvin Benjamin being one of them. I think that was the biggest mistake we ever made was bringing on Kelvin Benjamin because we force-fed him thinking that all of a sudden the more targets we give him, the better he's going to perform. But the worse he got. He was terrible. So we finally had to make the decision and bite the bullet and say, okay, you got to go. The minute we made that decision, then things started to get better. We brought in Isaiah McKenzie. We brought back Foster. We changed the scheme up a little bit, and things started getting better and started rolling better. So I think it's a great question, but it's a combination of both.
Plus, didn't you have a friend that told you last year before the season started that you didn't do enough to address the fact that you lost Cordy Glenn, Richie Incognito, and Eric Woods?
Who said that?
It was me.
Oh,
Sorry.
shit, was it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, you lost your entire left side of the line. Like, obviously that was going to affect it. So that's a big
Such a
thing.
nice
Is
question.
the personnel? Is your personnel that you had? Is that your offensive line wasn't adequate last year? You put Dawkins over to left tackle, who struggled, and then you lost 3 Pro Bowlers. Like, I know Woods wasn't a Pro Bowler by the time last year, but it's not just that. Keep in mind, Woods, Glenn, and well, especially Incognito and Woods. How many years did they play together? That chemistry, that consistency, having the same guys there for many years, combination blocks, picking up stunts, things like that. Obviously, it's just second nature. You throw 5 strangers together, and you're not going to have that cohesiveness.
You're not.
So regardless of
You get
individual talent, you were going to always see a drop off because you replaced these 2 longtime vets who played at a very high
makes a
level.
difference. But scheme definitely was a difference maker too, because he had to adjust. As an offensive coordinator, you just cannot stay stagnant and keep doing the same thing thinking that it's going to work. Okay, it's my system. You do what I ask you to do. You had to change things up. And kudos, and I'll give them this though. Kudos to Dable, because Dable changed things up. He's like, hey, it's either I continue to do this bullshit that I've been running, or I try to change it up and design it for the players. And that's exactly what he did. And you saw the big difference. Like, whether he simplified things, changed things up, I'm not sure what he did. But there's one person that said Bills and Gills would be a good podcast name. Hoofs and Gills, somebody put. But the Bills and Gills is actually a pretty decent one too.
That's my
Thank you,
favorite
madam.
one.
The Bills and Gills?
Yeah. It makes sense.
The Bills and Gills make sense. Somebody read there was a really good question that somebody asked. Oh, somebody asked, it was a question for you.
Dolphins don't have gills. They're a mammal.
Somebody said that? Somebody had a question for you.
Sam Mazza, go back to Sam. He's asked a couple times for us to touch on his question.
But I did touch on
there. There we go.
Due to all the talent.
Sorry, brother.
We read that. So due to all the talent, is this talent or scheme? It's both.
Yeah.
Sam Mazza, it's both. Somebody had a question about this one. This was, how do you feel about Fitz and Rosen splitting reps? Kid should get all the reps, first team reps.
There's
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know how Fitzpatrick does it.
Yeah.
That he gets himself in situations where he's able to freaking perform.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. You can touch on that.
So I get what you're saying. The point is that, much like Josh Allen, I guess, throw him in, play him right away, give him all the reps, give him the best chance to be prepared and to have a chance to succeed. And I understand that if you're only looking at it from the perspective of Josh Rosen. However, the Dolphins have a brand new offensive staff and brand new schemes that they're trying to install. So to me, I understand why you might play Fitzpatrick in if he's the better quarterback.
I see your turns, Ben. Keep going.
So if you're the better quarterback at this time, you don't have that, like, I don't know, if you were the Patriots or even the Bills, because you've had the same coaching staff in place for a while now, then you would have you'd have more leeway. But Miami's got to prove to their players, they got to inspire some confidence. They have to show that they're doing the right thing so that their guys will buy in. So playing the best quarterback, which hopefully leads to the most amount of success, is going to hopefully give the other players on the offense more confidence, and they'll play.
Somebody, great answer, by the way. Somebody said, can you tell John Cena's cousin to hey Rico, tell John Cena's cousin, does he honestly believe Rosen is going to be an elite quarterback? You got to do this when you talk.
So coming out of college, I thought Rosen was better than Allen.
That's amazing.
Almost every single draft prognosticator had him above Allen.
I thought we were going to choose.
I was fucking ecstatic when you took Allen. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
I really wanted.
You guys fucked up.
Yeah, I love how you stay so
so calm.
Like, you're so Jason Bateman in the real live version.
Eric Sandel says, random question. Funny. Kawhi Leonard. What about him?
Better stay.
Well,
I don't care what they need to do.
As long as he doesn't go to the Clippers. If he goes to the Lakers, I'll be happy because we were always Lakers fans.
Absolutely.
We this before Toronto existed, we started watching basketball, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hope for the Raptors too, which is easy. Thankfully for us, they're in opposite conferences. If he stays in Toronto, I won't be mad. If he goes to the Lakers, obviously I'll like that. If he goes to the fucking Clippers, I'm gonna be.
I would lose it. Why go to the Clippers?
But he's from LA.
Who's in the Clippers? Who's on the
Who
Clippers?
cares? It's the
Ugh,
Clippers. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Ah.
Ballage is going to be able to improve behind y'all's O-line or too bad to overcome.
No, offensive line's garbage.
Ballage is nice, man. If you guys get that guy the ball often, he could be special.
Nah.
He's raw still,
The problem
but
with
could be freaking special.
with Ballage is that I read something about the other day. Something like on 30 carries, 28 times the first guy tackled him. So that's very concerning to me. He's one of those guys. He's very big. He's very fast. Like, I was excited when we drafted him. He's very good receiver out of the backfield, but he's not like Kenyon Drake is a much better player, I think. And then the offensive line is it's going to be horrific. We're hoping that third round pick Dieter can take the left guard spot. And if he can and play well, he's supposed to be a good run blocker. We're also going to institute some 21 personnel. So we brought a fullback in to try and, run. But anyways, to finish, this guy is asking me about Rosen. He was pretty poor last year. I'm not
Rosen, man.
I'm not bank. I loved him coming out of college. I watched his very first game he ever played as a freshman. And I thought he was going to be a star, but last year was rough, man.
Yeah, but he's in a better situation with the Dolphins, man. That
Like,
Cardinals team was god awful.
They were
man.
bad, but they were like the worst offensive line in the league.
What was the bright spot?
Because
Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh man, Larry, yeah.
Yeah.
Christian
He was a bright
Kirk,
spot. Yeah, Christian Kirk was all right too.
He got hurt at one point.
Lee, you didn't even have David Johnson. Did you have David Johnson?
They did, but like
David Johnson was like a shell of himself.
At one point, all 5 of their offensive linemen were hurt.
Oh, dude,
all
terrible.
5. So
terrible.
They're playing backups across the line. So we'll see.
Rico, what do you think on the recent pickup of Mike Love?
Love's been there for a little while.
Yeah, he's not a recent pickup. Mike Love is legit. If you guys didn't catch the interview that I did with Mike Love, man's is legit. But Mike Love, he's gonna have a legit spot to make this squad, man. Hold on a second. Sorry, bro, can I get a product? Name wifey uses her curls. Oh, Dito's mom says,
what do you put it for your curls?
Somebody wants to know what you put for your curls. Sidebar, can I get a product name wifey uses for her curls?
Well, I haven't showered in 3 days. There's that.
Girl, stop playing.
No, I'm kidding. No, I actually haven't washed my hair in 4 days.
So what do you put in your hair? This is what they want to know.
Mixed. So there's that on my side. And a little bit of...
Don't say anything.
What did I... No, I'm trying to think of what I put in it. What did I put in it?
Coconut oil.
You just did.
I didn't put coconut oil.
You put
oil.
Vidal Sassoon.
What was it? Oh, did you do your hair in 1992?
Anyway,
You like that?
Yes.
Fran, you like that one?
No, you know what I did use? It's very cheap, actually. It's Aussie. It's the one in the purple bottle from Walmart. It's like $2 or $3, I think, for like a liter. That's the conditioner. And then I used their same mousse and gel hold.
Gel hold, and
$3.
that is that. You got your 15 minutes of fame. How do you feel about that?
Some dude's like, Allen has some Rodgers in him. I don't see that at all. Rodgers has pinpoint accuracy. Allen does not. Allen's better comp is obviously the obvious one in today's player is Cam Newton. No, Allen will not throw for 5,000 yards.
5,000 yards? Who said that?
Yeah,
Eric Sandel, get off the drugs.
He has some throws, but I think that if Allen becomes the player you guys think he's
what's a realistic stat line?
The best comp I think for a player style that I've seen, if Allen becomes the player you guys think he is, would be John Elway. That's your best bet.
Why not Steve Young?
He's not Steve Young. Steve Young is a precision passer with he's Elway. He's can run, he can scramble, he's got the cannon arm, he can throw deep, and he's erratic, and he's John Elway.
I like that.
Yeah, and he's it's more of a big play thing. His one TD pass in week 13.
Dito's mom says muchas gracias.
I know, but do you remember the 2 terrible interceptions of Xavier Howard? Do you remember that he missed an uncovered Zay Jones in the end zone? Like no one was even covering Jones. He just missed him. I don't think I'm shitting on him, but to say I compare him to John Elway, you know what I mean? Elway went to the Hall of Fame. Like I'm not crapping on him, but he's not an accurate passer. He's never going to be an accurate passer. He doesn't have to be an accurate passer to be successful. He's going to be successful because he's going to be really hard to pull down. He's going to be really hard to tackle. He's going to make defenses respect the run. So they're going to have to dictate. They're going to have to employ spies and stuff like that on him. Yeah. And he can take advantage of that. And he's going to be able to fit balls into windows that other quarterbacks can't because he's got phenomenal arm strength. But he is never going to be a Steve Young on a West Coast offense where he delivers the ball on time in a precision manner. He's going to be, I'm going to throw 2 horrific passes, and then I'm going to avoid 3 rushers and throw a 60-yard bomb.
See, here's the thing.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying these player comps that we're seeing, he's there. That's why I don't agree with Rodgers or Young, because Young is a West Coast guy, and Rodgers is just pinpoint accurate.
Let me ask you this: if Josh Allen improves his completion percentage to 60%,
okay.
Because he was at 52? I think he ended the season at 52, 53. He improves it to 60%. Does that give us a much greater chance of making the playoffs, or does it matter? It's Josh Allen. It doesn't matter. He's too erratic.
I don't know, man. It depends on what quality of 60%. Ryan Tannehill has a fantastic completion percentage.
What's his percentage at?
I don't know. It's like 60, in the high 60s, because he throws he throws 100 screen passes a game. I'm not giving him any credit for that.
My criticism of I don't want to call it criticism. I'll call it criticism for now. My criticism of Josh Allen is he's looking for the deep pass at all times. Okay. He's trying to make a big splash play at all times. So I'm thinking this year, if he wants to really improve his completion percentage, if he really wants to, propel this team going forward, take the easy dump off. There's too many games my man was looking downfield when he could just take the easy completion to LaShawn McCoy and let LaShawn McCoy do work.
And the few times he did that, they were massively successful.
I'm telling you, man.
On some of his big passing days, it's because he threw a 2-yard pass. Remember, he threw a 2-yard pass to what's his name?
Chris Ivory. Yeah,
Ivory took it. You know what I mean?
Took it to the distance.
Because when all he has to do is threaten the run, defenders are going to suck up, and he just dumps it over top.
He needs to do that. If he can just trust himself, you don't have to take the big freaking play all day just because now you have speed. Take the underneath. So I'm hoping that it'll slow him down because of guys like Cole Beasley. It'll slow him down because of guys like a revamped and what's the word I'm looking for? A reinvented Shady, because the Shady's down to like 205 now, 205, 210. And he's saying, I feel lighter. I'm ready to go. So if you take advantage of that shit, boy, man, we could be a special team this year. But you can't go for the home run every single time. Just because you have Foster, just because you have Zay, just because you have John Brown, don't mean you got to go deep all day. And Knox. They give him speed. So what are you expecting? They're expecting to go deep. So hopefully he just has the patience. Just chill. Take what the damn defense gives you.
Well, that's the whole point. Is that
I'm hoping that's what he does, man.
They think that they know that, again, he's never going to be a rhythm passer like he's going to hit all these intermediate and short throws. They know he's going to always be in the high 50s or maybe low 60s, and they just basically hope that he makes more big plays than turnovers, which that's the goal, right? That's what you want to do.
I have the moment. I'm telling you, he's always looking for the kill shot. Get that glory. He wants that glory from everybody, man. Chill. Just take whatever they give you and move the chains and put points on the board. That's always been my freaking mantra going forward. That's exactly how he's got to do it.
Someone said my face when you said Shady.
What's that?
Someone said you mentioned Shady, and I was like, I don't know, man. He's like 60 years old.
Oh, relax. Stop hating on Shady, man. Don't hate.
I didn't. I've been telling you for years.
You know what? You want to hate on someone? Really I'm going to give you your platform right now.
I've been telling you for years. He's been really good. I always thought you could, especially when Rex Ryan was there, you misused him badly. You should have used him more in the passing game. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, you think he's going to improve? Like, I think he'll have better numbers because your offensive line is better. But every old guy tells you they're in the Adrian Peterson's still trying to tell us he's in the best shape of his life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not true. Like, he's not what he was.
I got you. I'm saying. No, I hear that. I want to give you, man. We've been talking for a freaking hour and a half. I apologize.
I apologize. Who do you want me to yell at?
No, you're not gonna yell at him. I'm gonna put you on the spot with someone.
Okay.
Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
A lot of people right now, media included, are really hyping him up that he's going to be the difference maker on this offense. We didn't have that nice slot guy, the Amendola of the team, the Edelman of this team. How do you? I'm going to tell you how I feel about Beasley becoming part of the squad, and then you can tell me how I feel. I don't like all the chatter he's doing online. Cut it out. Cut it out. Just do your business on the field and be done. Everybody's asking you about the Dallas Cowboys. Who gives a damn about the damn Cowboys? Nobody cares. You know when we're going to care about the Cowboys? When we whoop tail on Thanksgiving Day. That's it. Now, Cole Beasley has an opportunity right now to really, really help out his quarterback. And this is why they paid him that. What is he paying? He's getting paid, what, almost 8-9 mil for the year? I'm telling you right now, this is his opportunity right now to really propel this offense. We need that guy in Cole Beasley to step up. But is he being overhyped? He's not a guy that's going to give you 1,000 yards a season. But we didn't bring him for that. We brought him for separation. We noticed it. Like you said, the beginning of the year, we got him big guys. We had Andre Holmes. We had Kelvin Benjamin. We had all these big guys, bums, doing nothing. So then we went smaller. And when we went smaller, we started to really do well. So Cole Beasley coming in could be a very big difference maker. Are you in agreement with that?
Come on.
Wow.
I don't understand why Bills fans are so hyped up about Cole Beasley. The guy hasn't averaged more than 10 yards a catch in 3 years. His career receiving reception is 10.3 yards. He has never eclipsed 840 yards.
Hold on a second. Why don't scoff on that? His career average per reception is 10 yards. That's a first down every damn time. What are you saying?
Every wide receiver in the league averages more than 10 yards a catch.
I'm listening.
So what I'm saying,
he's a slot guy.
But the problem is, yes, okay. Unless you're running a lot of 4 wide receiver sets, are you putting Zay Jones on the bench? Because Zay Jones' best position is the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Your best receiving formation, if you're playing 11 personnel with 3 wide receivers on the field, to me, is Foster and Brown on outside and Zay Jones in the slot. So where's Beasley? Right? So you're putting Jones on the bench and you're bringing Beasley in, I guess. Unless you're running 4 wideouts all the time, which maybe, I don't know how many percentage of the throws you're going to put on. So Beasley's not a bad player, but he's like Danny Amendola. You said it yourself. Like, he is not a difference maker. Like, I don't understand the hype. Never had more than 5 touchdowns in his year, and that was 4 years ago. Hasn't averaged more than 10 yards a catch in 3 years. Has a combined like 1,300 yards over 4 years. Okay, 4 years. Like, why? This guy isn't a savior. You should be basically hoping this guy's not even touching the field, because if he's touching the field, then he's taking reps from Zay Jones, which means Zay Jones isn't blossoming like we're hoping he's going to blossom, or you guys are hoping.
But what's wrong with
There's nothing wrong with him. I'm just saying he's not the savior.
But I don't think anybody's making him the savior per se. But I think he's going to be a difference maker.
John Roberts, again, because Dak Prescott only knows 5 plays. Are you arguing with me? Because I think you are. That's my whole point. So if he only throws 5-yard throws, then this guy should be gobbling up more than 1,300 yards in 4 years. I guess
Amendola had 59 receptions and 575 yards last year with you guys. If Cole Beasley gives me 500 yards this year, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I think that's what you should be expecting. I'm just saying, I've been seeing a lot of but Cole Beasley. Like,
but we haven't had a Cole Beasley on our team in slot receiver, like a designated slot receiver.
That's what Zay Jones is supposed to be.
That's where. But I guess he hasn't been, because that's why we brought him in.
Yeah, that's where they got. But that's what I'm saying. So if he's playing a lot, it means Zay Jones isn't progressing.
Daniel Grower says he wasn't signed to be a savior. He's signed to be a role player.
I get that, Daniel. I'm just saying that I'm friends with a lot of Bills fans, and they're talking like this is a signing of like they signed a Pro Bowler or something.
Are we gassing him up like that?
Yes, that's what the only thing I'm getting at. Yeah. If you signed him to be a chain mover and like a guy that comes in and gets a first down every once in a while, absolutely. He's a solid signing. He's a good signing, but like this guy, but man, you gotta maybe it's just the guys I'm talking to, but they're like Cole Beasley, man, like he's going to the Pro Bowl. But like he's should be your fourth best wide receiver.
If you look back at what we've had at receiver, since we've had Sammy Watkins, Marquise Goodwin, Robert Woods, like it feels like an eternity ago. But this is the best receiving squad we've had in some time, so it's easy to be excited about what we have now, because if you go beyond Sammy Watkins, and we've been kind of
Brian Fox, I agree with your comment.
What do you say?
He is a solid player. I agree exactly with what you're saying. It's just like I said, from what I've been hearing a lot, like Joe Marino's pumping him up. He's like, oh, if everything goes right, he's going to get like 900 yards and like 6 touchdowns or something. And I'm like, no, man, like if everything goes right, he's not on the field much because you want Zay Jones to take that next step and you want Brown and Foster on the outside so that you remain an explosive offense. The whole point of adding all this speed is that with a running quarterback, often because they've assigned a spy to him, you're going to see more man coverage. It's going to be harder to play zone. So you're going to have these 2 fast guys on the outside to take the top off the defense and to stretch the field, which hopefully gives more room for the running game, which hopefully lets Knox get more involved, and that's where Zay Jones or Cole Beasley will take advantage of that. But again, like unless you're running a run and shoot with 4 wide receivers consistently, I don't think you want them on the field.
Yeah. Well, I get you on that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. But I think I don't want to say he's going to shock people. I don't think it's not about shocking. But if Allen getting all the reps,
I like that. He's a tool in the shed. I like that.
Tool in the shed.
Yeah.
What the F does that mean?
Like it's like a tool in your toolbox. He's a specific skill set. He's not like a main component.
Okay. I can mess with that. Tool in the shed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. We've been talking for about an hour and 40 minutes. I think this is the longest that we've ever spoken.
Are you serious?
No, we had the draft one that was like 4 hours.
The draft was different. Draft was different. It's draft time. But we on a slow day, we were able to pump out an hour and 40 minutes of chatting. Listen, man, it's all because of this guy. People come to the podcast for this guy right here. Can we call it a podcast? Did we pod today? Did we pod?
I think is it a live stream?
Are we podding? No, we don't want to call it live stream.
I don't think anyone even knows who I am. I just come.
Oh, they know who you are.
I like at the end.
You're John Cena.
So I like at the end when I go and read back all the comments. There's always like at least 60 guys that are like, this guy doesn't know shit. Like it's really good.
I also get you should bring on John Cena's cousin more often. You know what I'm saying?
But nobody would be able to see.
Hashtag Papa Peck. That's the guy right here, man. Papa Peck. That's what I'm gonna call you. YouTube cast. I don't know about that. I mean, I guess we could call it a YouTube cast. I guess that's what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Steady. I mean, we had at least I think we got up to 60 people watching today. And it was a late nighter. So we got to try to do this a little earlier, so that way we can to get people more to tune in. But what I got to do is actually go ahead. What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, everyone, you got to check out the 2 actual podcasts that we've got. So I know Akeem just dropped his the blueprint. And Fern, did you drop yours this week? I know you got last week's. He's got a bunch out too.
Yeah,
so Fern
got one on deck.
Yeah, he runs the
Gully.
Yeah, so Akeem's like that. He's always bringing that energy. He's a very passionate guy.
He's a New Yorker.
Yeah, it's good. He's got that infectious laugh.
Yeah.
He's good. Check that out. And then Fern is Fern's the guy that when you need to ask a question, like who did so and so play for, or how many touchdowns, he knows it all, right? So Fern is a draft expert, and he's a little bit he's got the Homer goggles on when it comes to certain players,
Homer goggles
like Jerry Hughes.
No doubt about it.
I'm just joking, but no, he's really good. So you got to check him out. He's going to give you that insightful breakdown on your roster. So give those 2 guys.
Look at Kevin plugging shit away. Good for you. And I'm gonna plug mine. Plug the Buffalo Fanatics fan shop. So if you guys are looking for material like this, y'all should go on the fan shop right now. You know what? Just cause I'm gonna give you some percentages off. So 10% off right now if you go to the BF fan shop and get yourself new t-shirt designs. 10% off. Tell them Rico sent you. Type in Twitch in the promo code spot, and that way you're able to get yourself some new merch. And then you can show it off because then Bobby will put you on IG. Looks like you're tired there, little girl, behind me.
I am tired.
You are tired. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Can we call this the Surf and Turf, the Bills and Gills, the Papa Peck cast? You know what I'm saying? What was the one that you really liked? The One Mic. I really like the One Mic podcast. But what was the one that you liked?
The chips. Yeah.
The Gills and the Bills and Gills?
Was it Surf and Turf?
Surf and Turf?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but anyway, we appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. For those that donated today, very, very big thank you. And it allows us to continue to do these big things, man. So listen, it's been great. It's been fantastic. It's your boy Rico. It's your boy Kev. It's my lady Jenna.
and I'm gone.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. So we'll see you guys on the next stream
Thanks,
or the next
No worries.
podcast, however you want to call it. Nice, Kevin. I love when you